picture whenever we have a guest, I like saying we're gonna have a conversation. Forget the camera. Don't forget the mic. You have to speak into the mic. You have to speak into the mic. But we're having a conversation, just like if we were at the bar having a drink and having a normal conversation. That's what our podcast brings to the world, like normal, down-to-earth conversations. You know, conversations that you will have with your friends behind closed doors or stuff, like topics that you're interested in as well. All right? So, Doug, welcome. And I want you to start by just telling a little bit about yourself. What's your elevator pitch about yourself?
I don't know if I can say more about myself. You guys gave me such a good introduction. You should have seen me back there. I was blushing behind the camera, guys.
I saw you. You turned cherry red, bro.
Red. Very easy for me to turn cherry red. I don't know what else to say. Thank you.
Hold on.
Do I gotta speak it right here?
Yeah.
Okay, but don't touch it.
Yeah,
See, this is all new for me. I'm learning.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know what else to say. I've been here in Spain for a decade now. A decade. I know, a long time. I'm an OG person.
You're a foundation.
Yeah.
You're a center block.
I know, but I haven't been in Murcia the whole time. So I was in Madrid first, as everybody always wants to start. They always want to start in Madrid, the most famous place. So I started off in Madrid. I got a master's degree there in teaching. There's a program called Instituto Franklin. And what it does is that while you're getting your master's degree, you're working as a language assistant. And they count that language assistant as your practicum. Yeah, your practica, so whatever. So it was really good because you had to pay for the master's degree, but you're getting paid as a language assistant. So it kind of evens out in the end. You're not really paying for the master's degree. You're getting the work done. So it worked out in the end. But when you're doing a master's degree, you don't get much time. You don't get much free time.
I got a lot of free
You got a lot of free time doing a master's degree?
I got a lot of free time.
And working? Oh,
and
man.
I was working as well. Well, it was Monday, 9 to 2 p.m. working in the office as part of my internship. Then from 4 to 8 p.m. classes. That was Monday to Thursday. So I had my entire Friday and weekends free.
Oh, well, yeah, you get the weekends. That's right.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking because I had to go to the work, and then on Fridays for us, it was 5 hours straight of classes. And then, of course, we had online things to do. We had projects to do. In the end, though, what it was is I was a language assistant doing a master's degree, hanging out with other language assistants.
Yeah.
A lot of them weren't doing the master's degree, so they wanted to go out and have fun. And I was stuck doing projects and doing other things. So for me, after that first year, I was like, I want to enjoy my time here in Spain. I want to, go out and have fun. So I decided I'm just going to renew as a language assistant.
Okay.
And then after that second year, I was like, I think I need a little more time. And then, after so much time, I've been here for 10 years, doing other things.
10 years.
Building up other things. But, I really enjoy living in Spain. I really like it here. I've done lots of different programs as a language assistant. Here in Murcia, you got at least 3 different options to do language assistant programs. And so I really enjoy Spain. I've been through all the paperwork processes for everything. I love it here. So I don't know what else.
What made you decide to study in Spain though? Like what was that genesis moment or that moment that said, I'm moving to freaking Spain?
You want to know something crazy?
Yeah.
The first time I left the United States was when I moved here.
Wow.
I got a passport just to move here.
Gee, where in the States are you from?
I'm from New Orleans.
New Orleans, huh?
You come from New Orleans?
You didn't know this?
Bad people place.
I'm from New Orleans.
Yeah, that means you can handle the spicy food then.
Oh, I love spicy food. Actually, for example, this week, I just made a huge... Am I allowed to curse here?
Yeah. We don't have any sponsors yet, sadly.
I'm not trying to lose anything for you guys. I made a shit ton of jambalaya to start the week because of what I'm trying to do. Because maybe for this coming year, I'm going to be real busy. So I don't know if I'm going to have time to clean, cook, and all that stuff. So I was thinking, let me try to start practicing maybe some meal prep where I was going to cook a lot of food, portion it out. So during the week, I can have that. So I made a lot of jambalaya recently. I made it a bit spicy. I love spicy food.
Good. Normally, most people that sit on this couch can't handle the spicy food.
Oh, you're in the worst place too. Spanish people, they don't like spicy food.
They don't. Spanish food, Spanish people have 2 spices: paprika,
Yes.
and black pepper.
That was gonna say black pepper. You put you sprinkle some black pepper on there. Go.
Not too much,
I
though.
don't
Not
know.
too much.
Not too much black pepper.
Keep it easy. They need the lemon on it to cut it as well. All right, Doug. Even though you're from New Orleans, we like doing something called Florida Man.
Florida Man!
Have you ever heard of
Oh,
Florida
I
Man?
know Florida Man, famous.
You know Florida Man?
Oh, yeah, that's super
Do you
famous.
mind sharing your date of birth, just the month and the day, so we can do a quick Florida Man?
Oh, and what's gonna happen? I'm gonna find out what my inner Florida Man is.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. What you're in a Florida Man?
I hope it's something connected with alligators. That'd
Yeah.
be like Louisiana. Anyway, all right. Very easy. All 2s. February 22nd. 222.
222.
222.
All right, Doug. So for those who don't know, Florida Man
present.
is this theory on the internet that like, you can just research your birthday and put Florida Man before or after it and guarantee 100% of the time someone crazy in Florida has done something. On that day, that just makes it amazing.
Oh, I'm ready to find out.
Florida Man throws toilet through school board window. Oh my God.
I can understand when you get tired of all these classes, man. The curriculums they design, you just got to throw that toilet through the window.
You have a love you. Florida Man takes on bizarre challenge of eating raw chicken.
What was that?
Raw chicken.
Oh God, no! I don't want that salmonella.
Yeah. You know, one thing with Spain though, I never hear people complaining about salmonella. No. Have you ever noticed like? No, there's no salmonella. When
it doesn't exist.
No. Normally, you go to restaurants in other countries, like they're like, oh, if the food is raw or something, you might get salmonella. Have you ever known anyone to get like salmonella here?
No, you're right. I've never thought about it. No one ever talks about it. I wonder if one thing I give Spain credit for, I think for food, is they like to cook fresh. And so a lot of times when they go to the market, they get the fresh ingredients. They probably get the chicken that was butchered that day. So I'll give that one thing I love about Spain. They really eat fresh. They cook fresh ingredients.
The people, bro. The restaurants here, some of the restaurants, I would say 70% of the restaurants, they cook frozen stuff. And
you think so? I don't know. Maybe ignorance is bliss. I don't want to know.
100% I know that for a fact. I took a blah car with one guy, and he's like, I was coming from Barcelona to Murcia, and we're driving and talking. I'm like, so what do you do for your job? He's like, oh, I sell frozen foods. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Where do you send it? He's like, I sell it to most restaurants here. Most of the restaurants that you see here, they just use frozen food. Like even the paella that you eat from some restaurants, they just reheat those and sell people. And they have no difference. Especially a tourist, they have no idea that this is frozen.
That's true.
And another thing they do is they use the Mercadona products a lot.
I've seen it. I've seen the Mercadona products. I've seen it in many places.
The same packaging. You look in the kitchen. You're like, I could just go to Mercadona and buy this. Why the hell am I using this?
Yo. I don't know if you guys will hear this.
Show it.
We'll repeat it if it's needed.
Turn your mic. Just turn your mic. The most disrespectful thing that I have ever seen is going to Mercadona, seeing the tea packs with té de limon, té verde, and when you go to a cafe, it's the same fucking label. They don't take the label off.
Why?
Hacendado.
Why?
And you're buying this tea for like $130 and the pack costs like $190.
Why would they take, bro? They don't care. You have to go to a specialized tea shop to get specialized thing. That's what I'm saying. You think it's fresh, but it's not.
You're right. You know what's honestly?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I ruined it for you, bro.
No.
I'm sorry I ruined it for you. No, you're never eating out again.
I just never wanted to think about it. I think because I knew, because I used to work in a restaurant in the past, and I got to tell you, we were known for the burgers we cooked. Those burger patties came in boxes frozen. We cooked frozen patties. Everybody raved about our burgers. They loved our burgers. We were cooking frozen patties nonstop. So maybe I know from my past experience that I just didn't want to think about it. I was like, don't think about it. Ignorance is bliss.
No.
That's what I was thinking.
For me, I have to, because whenever I go to a restaurant and eat, I'm eating with my eyes, my ears, my nose, everything, and I'm watching the kitchen. The kitchen, when I walk by the kitchen, my eyes always go back there. My eyes always go back there, and then I look, is that kitchen clean enough? Because I will go into a restaurant and everyone orders something, and if I feel like kitchen's not clean, I'll be like, I'm just having a drink. And don't give me a glass, just give me a bottle. 100% like that, bro. All right.
Sometimes when you see a chef, you don't even want the food. Right?
No, because sometimes you see the chef smoking outside, and you see his hands, and you see the blackness in the fingernail, and
that's why the paella tastes so good.
That's seasoning.
It's not squid ink. It's not squid ink. It's not squid ink in the paella. It's a regular paella. But Doug, tell me a bit about, you said that you worked a lot on the language assistance. What's that journey like for an average person coming from America or England? What do they need to know? What advice would you give to them? Walk me through it.
First, I'll talk about Murcia, I guess.
Yeah.
Like if we're going to talk about a place exactly, I'll talk about Murcia. I always tell people, when you come here, you better have months of money saved up because you're not going to get paid. I hate to say it. It's not. I know the people, they change a lot in the office. They try their best, but something just goes on. They just aren't organized. Yeah. And so You're not going to get paid probably until November, maybe December. My first year, I didn't get paid until December. I was working October, November, December. I don't think I got paid until the end of December, maybe January, because I can still remember my landlord texting me. He's like, you haven't paid for months. And I was like, I've got enough food in my account to feed myself. And I was like, I don't have enough money right now to pay rent. And he's like, luckily he was really nice. I love my landlord. He's a really good guy. He was like, all right, when you get paid, just send me the money. He was really cool about it. But I definitely always tell people, come here with some money saved up. I would say a few thousand, maybe 3,000, I would think. What do you think?
For me, well, I've never done the language program. But personally, I would say the rent would average around, you get paid. How much do they get paid?
They're going to know around 800, I would say, if they're going to work 1,500. A little less than 900, I think.
A little less than 900. Let's say 850, right? If you get 850, normal finances, you want your rent to be less than 30% of what you're earning. That won't be the case. On average, people here would pay 350 to 4. Let's say budget 400 for your rent and all your necessities, your rent, your electricity, and that stuff. That'll be 4. But that's without your food as well.
Yeah. That's just like
that's without your food.
Basic utilities, bills.
You'd pay 400 without your food. For food, I say probably around 150. So you're 550 in already. So you have 300 left for the month.
Yeah. But I mean, that's also not going out. That's not buying anything you need.
Exactly. That's not paying for the flights, because a lot of auxiliaries, you don't come here to just stay. You're going to want to go to other cities. You're going to want to do stuff. You're going to want to do fun stuff on the weekend. That costs money as well.
It costs money. Don't forget also, you got to put that deposit down. So that's a lot. That's more money too.
Yeah. So I would suggest $3,000 isn't, I wouldn't say $3,000 is enough to enjoy your time if you're going to live off 800, because you don't want to be here and stay in the house. Like, it makes no sense to come to Spain for 1 year and just be held down by the money. So I would say minimum, I would say 6 to 8 grand, $10,000 if you can.
Obviously, the more the better.
Are you talking about somebody rich, David?
Not somebody rich, but if you're gonna do this program and you want to travel, not only in Spain, you want to travel to other European countries, you want to do stuff, especially on a weekly basis. You have to budget in these things, and then you have to budget in for the emergencies. You never know what might happen. You know, you could be in a situation where you lose your phone tomorrow and you need to buy a new phone.
Just drink some tea.
Drink some tea. That would be the solution. You never know. In Spain, it's hard to earn money outside of your current job, especially if you don't speak the language. Yeah. So my thing is,
especially here in Murcia,
if $5,000 for 8 months, that's a good solid number. $5,000 in savings, if you can.
The more the better. Don't come over here thinking I'm gonna get paid the first month and I'll be good. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
forget it. You're not gonna get paid on time doing the ministry program.
$5,000 minimum. $5,000 minimum, dog. You see that's a solid number, yeah?
Probably.
$5,000 in your savings.
The more the merrier, the better.
You don't want to go back home in credit card debt, and that's gonna be the next step, because you're not gonna want to be here and not do stuff because you're limited by money. I'm not saying that you should come here and not budget your money. You still have to budget even if you have this $5,000, but you can use it more wisely as well. That's a good start. $5,000. Your rent will be around, if someone's charging you rent in Murcia for more than 300, 350, 400 for a room. That's on the high end.
Luxurious if you're paying 400 for a room.
Yeah, that's on the high end of stuff. That's on the high end. What advice would you give them for like finding like places to live and stuff?
All right, so I got lucky when I got it. I met somebody in the BlaBlaCar over here that actually had a place open up. So I was searching hard, couldn't find anything, and then I got a random text like, "Hey, this is the person from the BlaBlaCar that we rode over here together. I've got a place that just opened up. Are you still looking?" I was like, wow, this just like came down from the heavens for me right now after days and days of looking.
God answered your prayer.
Get here early, because everybody thinks, because I think it's still the same. Ministry program begins in October. So everybody thinks, I'll come around the end of September, look a little while and get it. Don't do that. Because this is a big university city too. And all the university students are going to come here in the beginning of September, and they're going to take up everything. Yeah. So if you can, get here in August. If not, before August, get something if you can, because it's going to be difficult to find something if you come late September, October.
And a big warning, like, Spain is an amazing place. But just like any amazing place, they have people that take advantage of people. So one thing you never want to do is rent a place online before you get here, especially if you have to pay the money ahead.
Oh yeah, don't do
If
that.
they ask you to transfer the money ahead, that's one of the biggest scams in Spain. Biggest scams. If they ask you to pay the money ahead, don't do it. Tell them, oh, reserve it, and when I come there and see the place in person, I will pay you. Unless you have a friend here that you can trust, I wouldn't suggest anyone to do that. Because time and time again, I've seen the tears. I've seen.
I've heard stories.
I've seen the tears. I've seen the tears. Oh, I wish I knew. There was no podcast to tell me this.
And now we're here to tell you.
Yeah, and then you're down an entire month's rent, and you're down a deposit.
That's a lot of money.
And you have nowhere to live, and you're in an Airbnb paying for an Airbnb.
And then you're stuck coming in late and trying to compete against everybody else that came late trying to find a place.
Exactly.
That's a good advice there. I always thought about that. Don't pay for a place unless you can go inside it first. Until you can go inside it first and look at it, never give any money. Never pay for it.
If they really want you there, they will hold it for you. They will hold it for you. In terms of the paperwork, that's another big one. How would you suggest going about the paperwork?
First, you just got to take it in stride. That's what I would tell people, because it's a lot of paperwork, especially if you're coming here for the first time. It's all in Spanish. You don't understand what's needed. Is this the exact form I need? Do I need to check off this part? Do I need this to look like this? Do I need a copy of the whole passport of this? There's a lot of uncertainties when you do it. And so I always tell people, just keep trying. Keep trying. It'll work out in the end. It is so frustrating, but you definitely just got to keep trying and be on your game to keep doing it. Because I remember my first 2 years, I didn't know what I was doing. And I was ready to just give up. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with this. I don't know what you need.
Yeah.
And talking about the government, all that stuff. But you just got to keep trying. And I would definitely tell people to get into Facebook groups or WhatsApp groups. Yeah. Ask for help. People, they're experienced. They've been through this many times. There's no stupid question. Don't feel dumb trying to ask a question, because nobody's going to judge you, because everybody's gone through the same process.
Yeah.
We're all frustrated by it.
True. Use the Facebook groups. Use the WhatsApp groups. I think they're the best form of information. There are also people in these groups that have been through it that help people out with this process all the time. I think Abigail, you know Abigail, right? So normally she charges a small fee to help people out with this process. It's to be honest, like, if I can pay someone to get rid of the stress that comes with all this, because it's very stressful. You have no idea how. You think it's stressful coming here, dealing with your governments? That's amplified when you come to Spain, bro. Especially for me as a Jamaican, I've had sleepless nights because of paperwork. Sleepless nights of stress. I've lost weight because of it. Just because I go there, they're like, you need to pay for this, but we don't accept card here. So you need to go outside and get some cash. I've been there.
Oh, you want to know the worst story I ever had?
Yeah.
So I went to the foreigner's office, and I remember this was like my first year in Murcia or my second year in Murcia. And I went there, and I came with the wrong forms. Classic thing. You know, you filled something in wrong. There's always something wrong. That's why I always tell people, just keep trying. You just got to keep going. It'll work out in the end if you keep trying. But I remember the man was really nice, which doesn't happen much a lot of times at the foreigner's office. They're not nice a lot of times. Yeah. But this man, he was having a good day. And he was really nice. He explained everything I needed. He filled it out for me. He's like, you need to pay this much. You need to go to a bank and pay this much. And I was like, great. But I went there and I was busy. So I was like, I can get this done in like 2 weeks. In 3 weeks, I'll be back and I'll get it all done. So I got it done. 2-3 weeks later, paid it, went back there, put it on that desk. And I was like, I got it. This guy helped me out. Got it all. Take it.
Good.
Well, I was like, I'm good, right?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
No. No.
You ready for this?
What?
He's looking at it. He's like, this is good. This is good. Then he gets to the part about paying. He's like, yeah. So it turns out in the last week, they raised the price. And you ready for this? They raised the price 10 cents. Hey! 10 cents. I was, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the process is frustrating. I was frustrated in that moment. I pulled out 10 cents. I was like, I got 10 cents right here. I can give you 10 cents right here. And this is the worst part about this process of paperwork, the TASA forms. You got to go to a bank, pay the bank to show that you paid, to go to the government to show that you paid. You can't pay the government. So the guy said, I can't take those 10 cents. He's like, what you got to do? Fill out this form. 10 cents. Go to a bank. Pay 10 cents to a bank and go back. Yeah. I went to a bank and I had to explain to a teller, I need to pay 10 cents.
In English or Spanish?
I did it in Spanish, of course.
You spoke Spanish, so it's easier
Spanish.
for you. It's easier for you
Yeah,
then.
yeah, so that's a big deal. But I had to pay 10 cents. I had to go back to the center of the city and then pay 10 cents and then go back to the foreigner's office.
That's the worst thing up there at the foreigner's office as well. Carry everything in duplicates. Duplicates. Even print it.
Print. If you don't know, if you're not sure, print it.
And
do I need the whole passport? Print the whole passport. Get it all.
No, you always need the whole passport. Every time I go, you have to print. And every process I've done, they want to see your entire passport.
Oh, so I think there's something that's not needed, but it's always best. Take the whole passport.
Everything.
Take the whole passport.
There's no banks up there. So don't think you're going to walk out and think, oh, the foreigners office is here. All the car manufacturers are up here. There must be a bank. There's no bank inside.
There's nothing there.
I remember once, bro. I came from Barcelona. I was staying in Barcelona at one point in time. And came here. I was still in the university here. And I came here just for 2 days, booked an Airbnb, booked my train back. And all I needed to do was just submit some paperwork there. Just to come here to submit the paperwork, check on my lecturers and do this. Let me make a weekend of it. Come in Thursday, go to the office on Friday and get back to Barcelona on Sunday.
Efficient.
Just nice and clean. Appointment booked, everything. Go there.
But it's the foreigner's office. It's not efficient.
It's not efficient, bro. I went in and I'm like, I need this done and I need to pay it. Me like some idiot up there with my card. They're like, oh, we don't accept that. We don't accept that. I think they do now, but don't go with that. I don't accept that. You have to go and pay it. I had to come into the city. There's no bank. So I had to take a taxi into the city. Foreigner's office closes at what? 2 p.m. 1:30 on a Friday, I think.
Oh.
1:30 on a Friday, I think.
Like in the movies, hightail it. Extra tip if you hightail it to the center.
Oh, bro. I freaking jumped in a taxi, come down, run into the first bank I see, and went to the bank. The banks, you know how the banks are. We don't do cash transaction after 10 a.m. We don't do cash transactions after 10 a.m.
I forgot about that. I use the ATMs now for it, but I forgot about the hassle of trying to find a bank to pay it at the right time.
Yes, cash transaction, none before after 10, because that's when they do it. And I had to go up to the teller, barely any Spanish. Tears and a smile. Tears and a smile.
Doing your best.
Tears and a smile. And she said, okay, I'll help you. And she's like, wait, you don't bank here. You don't bank with us.
And they wouldn't do it.
No, she's like, you don't bank with us. You need to go to, maybe someone will do the cash transaction at another bank. I had to go to my bank. So I had to walk to my bank that I use. And they took the money from my account to do it. Because they wouldn't do the cash transaction because it was after 10. Oh, my God. And then I had to take another taxi. Luckily, I'm quick on my feet.
Yeah.
I'm quick on my feet. And I told the guy I'm coming back. Don't close this place until I get back. And I made it just in a nick of time back up there. I didn't even eat that entire day, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And my story is a happy ending. I have been there and I'm there sitting happy, waiting for my paperwork to process. Because I have to go there every year. I see girls just coming out crying, tears, bawling. I have friends that they're the strongest women I know. Strong, powerful women. You would not think they would succumb to anything. They go to that office, feeble, tears. That shows you your true metal.
No, that place is not a happy place. If you ever get to go there, they have all these colors all on the ceiling to try to make it as lively as possible. Bro. But it just sucks all the soul out of you.
That place, next thing. Ever since COVID, you need to make appointments now. Back in our day, we could just walk in without an appointment and just wait in line.
You wait in, yeah.
No, nothing like that. Even last Christmas, I had so many friends I had to go there and buy tickets just to go in. There are never any appointments online. So if you're coming here, book appointments.
Book it ahead of time. Book it as soon as you can. If you can book an appointment, months ahead. Do whatever you can. Yes. Book an appointment. If you see an appointment open, book it. Yes. It doesn't matter. You're like, I don't know if I want to do it that day. No, take it. You take that appointment.
Facts.
I remember because I had this problem last year. There were no appointments because I needed a regresso, which is a form that you need to, when you're renewing, your card is expired. So they needed to make sure that you're renewing. So I needed to go get that regresso to go home and come back when my card was expired. The only appointment I could find was in Lorca, an hour train ride away. I had to go to Lorca to get it because that was the only one I could find. One I could find, I took it.
It's tough. I know we're complaining, but this is what anyone that's coming here has to expect. These are a part of the journey and the struggle, and we're still here. Even though this happens, we still love the country, and we still...
It's worth it.
This is just that. Bureaucracy has never been a good thing.
No.
It has never been a good thing. Because you said that happened to you last year. This happened to me when it was Easter? April, I got my card, right? And I already booked my flights for vacation. Going to Portugal, booked the flights, everything. I'm checking online every night for like a month for an appointment to go pick up the card, bro. To go pick up the card.
The card's ready. It's
card's
there.
ready. I see online the card's ready just to go pick up the card.
You just gotta go pick it. You show them your passport and they give you the card. That's it.
That's all I need to do. Just go in a line, pick up the card, 5 minutes. In and out. No appointments in the system. I had to go there, security guard, tell him, bro, I'm sorry, but I have my flight here. I'm leaving the country. Tomorrow is my flight, and I need the card to be able to leave the country so I can return. And he's like, no, we can't help you. We can't help you. I'm like, I need this. Almost on my knees.
Yeah.
Almost on my knees, begging this man. And the man, you know what happened? His boss called him. And he's like, oh, I have to go to my boss. Can you stand here and ensure no one enters it? So for 5 minutes, I was the security guard.
You were the security guard?
I was the security guard. And some people came in with the same problem. They need to get inside. And I'm like, they come to me. I'm like, I don't know.
Sure. Come on in, sir. Come on in. Yeah.
Go on in. Free.
Make a line. Stay in line. Single file line.
I'm not a security guard. And when he came back, he's like, okay, thank you so much for helping. I let it like 10 people already. Because I can't stop people. I have no uniform. I have no authority.
Yeah. That's not your responsibility.
Yeah. Got in, got the thing. Able to go to Portugal on my trip.
Nice.
Luckily. That's what you're saying. Stick to it.
Stick to it. You just got to keep trying. Try to stay calm because it is frustrating. As you can see, we all frustrated. Our voices get higher talking about it. Yeah. It's frustrating, but you just got to keep trying. Keep going. It'll work out